welcome back to Love from a Leo. And if this is your first time, hello, hi, how are you? I am Tay, I'm Love from a Leo, and I'm here to do your April full month reading, okay? There will be timestamps down below along with the dates, so if you go down to the comment section, you can see that for yourself. While you're down there, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know how this reading was for you, okay? So let's get started. So Aries, here's your card. I was kind of, meditating with it and seeing what I can feel for April. Being that this is a part of your season, there should be lots of things to be uncovered and talked about and felt throughout this reading for you, okay? And I thought, what better way to start off than with Aries. I wanted to see the focus of this month for you. And we got Gemini. So in this deck, where we have a zodiac sign, it kind of tells how you're supposed to do things. So this month, there could be a Gemini in the picture that you deal with, but for most of you, it will be more about how you move. So this means, being that the focus is the Gemini zodiac sign, it doesn't mean become a Gemini. Of course, you are Aries and that is who you are, but it does mean that you need to be thinking a lot during this month of April. This means assessing different options before you just pick one. It means following your curiosity and not stopping until you figure it out. It means thinking and trying out different things, not necessarily becoming fixated on just one thing as soon as you think of it. So it's giving yourself time to think, converse with yourself, experiment, communicate different outcomes and different resources before you choose one, okay? This is probably going to be a month where you have a lot of options, okay? So let's see what that means for you, Aries, all right? So let's go ahead and start off with the beginning of April. Wow, okay, so we're starting off very strong. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. So again with thinking, again with starting a plan, kind of wanting it to go into action. Now, what I see here, the Temperance card, the World card, and then the Knave of Swords. We're starting with balance. We're starting with restorance. We're starting with a silent power is what I'm feeling within yourself. The World card is signifying you completing a certain phase in your life. So some of you may have let something go to be able to enjoy balance. Some of you are just in a place where you understand what having true tranquility is for yourself, whatever that means for you. A lot of you have transitioned and ended a cycle, and it's a very good thing. The World card is, a congratulatory card. This is saying you've learned lessons, you've leveled up in so many different ways as a human. And so that's really deep. And then to start it off with the Temperance card before that, your spirituality may have been heightened in certain ways. So with the Knave of Swords, even with all of this progression that you've made, it's almost like you're a refreshed person. You're a new person in many ways. You may have some new experiences that you are encountering. But with that, it's kind of like, you're like, okay, well, now what am I supposed to do? What's the next step? And that can be a scary place. All of these changes, you have the intelligence, but you're lacking the direction. It could also signify a person that is young and maybe inexperienced in life, and that can make them have a disadvantage of some sort, whether that's you or someone else. So, let's see. What did we level up in? What was the World card showing? So the Hangman in reverse. So you made a decision, you made action towards something, and that is how you were able to move forward in a decision and in your life cycle. Could have involved a Pisces for some. So yeah, that was what you moved up in. So now what are you not so sure? What are you lacking direction in? What part of your life are you lacking direction in? Wow, okay, so we have the King of Cups, Five of Swords in reverse, and Eight of Cups. So it could be dealing with the water sign or just an emotional stance in your life. Now that things have happened, now that someone has won and someone has lost, and someone has walked away, now you're just like, okay, where do I go next? So for a lot of you, it could be in an emotional setting where you're like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do next? Who am I supposed to go to next? Am I supposed to start dating again? You know, it's all of these things of what's next. And so being that Gemini is the focus of it's the energy of your month, there could be lots of options available, but some of you may not even understand how to maneuver that. You may be at a point where you're like, well, am I supposed to take these options? If I do take these options, what do I do? Like, am I supposed to start dating? Am I just supposed to take everything serious? Am I supposed to just let it happen? What am I supposed to do? So let's see. What advice can I give Aries? Lack of direction. What can I do to improve this? What can I do to improve? King of Pentacles. Cardinal Earth. So that's the Capricorn card. If you were trying to figure out which person to pick, for some of you it could have been that situation, then it's saying go towards the Capricorn. But if you're not in a position where you're trying to pick, the advice for you is to become more worldly and more successful in your endeavors. So if this means you need to focus on your career, do that. If you feel the need to become more acquainted with different people, different walks of life, do that. This is also a card of becoming more acquainted with success. So whatever success means to you as an Aries, make steps to become more familiar with this territory. Now that you have made a decision on what you wanted to move away from, it's your prerogative to choose what you want to do. Now remember, all of these options will be presented. You'll have lots of different ways to go. And so it's going to be up to you to choose the path. But in doing this, I would advise you to kind of dibble and dabble in different things and see what feels right. Don't just choose the first thing, because I think a lot of these options will be things that are very interesting. So make sure you are in a position where you are able to really, truly pick your choice. So that means try a lot of things, okay? So get out there, try different things, use the world around you, use the resources around you, and then make your decision. So moving on into the middle of your April. Okay, so the middle of your April is going to be very heavily dominated by domestic life and also like work. 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 8 of Pentacles in reverse, and Queen of Pentacles. So your whole middle of April will be definitely dominated by these things. And not just work, but also your responsibilities. So we start off with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. This is telling me that you're feeling weighed down by your responsibilities, whether that's children, whether that's elderly people in your life, whether that's just the responsibilities of being an adult. And then it's also because you've been working a lot. You've been putting in a lot of work. You've been putting in a lot of effort. But what I'm seeing, the beauty in all of this is Queen of Pentacles. You're happy with what you have. I think you just understand that it takes a lot to have what you have. So for some of you, it could be something like you work long hours, you work a lot of days, you don't get to enjoy your days off because you're so tired, all you want to do is sleep. And it's like, it's rewarding because you get to have the possessions that you seek with the Queen of Pentacles. And you're very proud of what you have. You're very protective of the things that you have accumulated. But in the same sense, it's like, it's tiring. I feel like you're just a person who definitely works for what they have. And that's commendable, but it's like, I think you want to enjoy it a little bit more. I think you want maybe for it to be a little bit easier to get what you want. Not to say you want it to be handed to you, but I do think that you feel like, oh, this is a lot of work. I would really like to catch a break, or I would really like for things to become a little bit easier for me to enjoy myself. And I think you have a lot of responsibilities as well. Outside of work, I think you have a lot of responsibilities, or you have to work because of these responsibilities. And so all of this is coming up in the middle of your April. Now let's see if I can get a little bit more clarification. You're very responsible though, Aries. You're responsible. So yeah, with the Sun card in reverse, it may be children that you, or a child that you work hard to provide for, or it could also just be saying that you this is what you want. You want to have things, you want to be able to be financially stable, but it comes with the price, which is, working really hard. So it's not a terrible thing. But I think it is something that takes a lot of energy, and you being an Aries, you have the energy, but it's like you want to put it other places as well. Now, what's holding you down? What's holding you down? Six of Pentacles in reverse. So it could be a relationship where it's a lot more taking than they're giving. Who does this involve? The situation. The give and take. It could be a Leo. Or it could be someone who is very important to you. Someone that you care about. Someone that you feel protected by. Or someone that you feel you have to protect. It could be an Aries as well. Someone who needs you to be strong for them. Someone who has to be protected by you in more ways than one. It could be a child. Words of wisdom. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. The spark of action, the spark of creativity, the spark of having the courage and the energy to get something going in motion. It's the initial spark that keeps things going. It's the thing that starts off the journey. In many ways, the Ace of Wands embodies you, Aries. It's the spark. When it comes to fire, Aries is the spark. Leo is the fire that is produced and withheld and sustained, and Sagittarius is the heat that we feel off of that, the expansion of all of that fire. So Aries, you being cardinal fire, Ace of Wands is very telling. It's like, believe in you. As long as you're passionate about whatever you're doing, the spark will never go away. That spark, that initial spark, you'll always have it within you to be able to get things done. As long as you're passionate, you have the energy to keep going. You have what it takes. So don't doubt yourself. It may feel hard, it may feel unfair at times, and it may feel like you have a lot on your plate, but you have what it takes to get things going the way that they need to go. Thing to look out for, I would say, is to make sure that you're still being humble with all of this energy. Make sure that you are grateful for what you're able to obtain because of this energy on a spiritual level, okay? But other than that, this is a very good card, and I think that you are very blessed, Aries. I think you're very blessed. So just sometimes you have to remind yourself, but at the same time, it's better than not having anything. Definitely better. Now let's move to the end of your April. So at the end of your April, again, we have the Three of Pentacles. So this will be in regards to your domestic life and maybe your work life. Now, the story that I'm seeing play out at the end of your April, 10 of Cups. Emotionally, everything is fine. There's not much to complain about. But this 9 of Pentacles in reverse is leading me to believe that you still have a little bit of work to do when it comes to your internal self. And then Knave of Wands here, you're still learning. You're still learning to understand your power, your independence as well. So it seems as though you have all of these good things happening around you, but you still feel trapped. You still feel isolated. You still feel like there's some things that you would want to do and spread your wings, and you're just not able to. But I think that comes with time, Aries. I do think that comes with time. Knave of Wands, is supporting the fact that you have what you need. You have intelligence, but it's like you're still young. You're still learning different things about how to experience life and what it means to have to sacrifice sometimes in order to really truly enjoy all of these things that you have, because you do have a lot. I see success in this reading. I see plentiful abundance, but it's like the price that you paid to do this, you're still learning how to cope with that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do think with time you will learn this. With the Knave of Wands here, this is just saying that you're just, you're a rookie still, and that's not a bad thing. It just means that you still have a lot to absorb, and so that can be overwhelming. It could seem like, how long is this journey going to be? Aries, you are all about the journey. Aries is the Fool card in the tarot, so it's about being fresh and new and having these ideas and almost to a certain extent being naive, but also learning how to move in a way that you were able to express yourself and able to enjoy life, but also know when you're getting too close to the edge. So that's the you're juggling that, and there's nothing wrong with that. If anything, you have success, you have abundance. It's just you're still learning how to cope with your responsibilities. And I feel like that's everyone's going through that, right? But just don't let yourself get burnt out with that idea that you have so much that you have to take care of, because it will get easier. It will get easier. Two of Swords here. You feel boggled down because you are still learning how to have faith. You're still learning what it means to not know what's around the corner, but to know that you can make it to that corner and make it through. So like I said, with the Knave of Wands here, you're just learning. You're in the learning phases. You have so much already that with learning, you'll have so much more coming your way. And I think this is going to be a very beneficial year for you, Aries. I do. Not just from this month, but I'm seeing that this month you're already making major moves. And as long as you can keep the advice that I've been telling throughout, this journey, there's not much that can stop you but yourself. I don't see any opposing forces. I think you've done what you had to do. Your April looks pretty clear. I think you just have to understand that you are Aries. And I think this is going to be an amazing time for you. I really do. I just think that you just have to figure out how to balance, life, work, responsibilities, fun. You're just figuring out that balance, and there's nothing wrong with that. Follow your curiosity throughout this month, okay? Figure out what it means to truly be happy for you, Aries, okay? Other than that, beautiful. This is beautiful. You have so much to look forward to. You already have so much around you that is love, that is just beautiful, And I really feel like there's a lot more to come. You just have to be willing to accept it and also be willing to take on the challenge. And you're a fire sign, so you got this. This is going to be a good month for you, okay? That is it for this general reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like a personal reading and you have any questions about your aura, maybe how you can maximize your potential, career, work readings, where to go, yes or no questions, love readings, anything of the sort, all you have to do is email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com and just email me and say, hey, I'm looking for a reading. What are you offering? Or, hey, I saw your video, yada, yada, yada. Just say something and I'll keep the conversation going. It won't be weird, I promise, or it won't be scary. I don't bite. But if you would like to support me in other ways, please leave a like, a comment, share this video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bells on. It really helps me out a lot, you guys. And just keep up with me as I keep up with you guys monthly. I'm Love from a Leo. If I'm not your favorite Leo, one day I will be. And until next time, my beautiful Aries, happy birthday, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.